we'll have the interview.
Welcome, my guest.
So I didn't know this was happening.
Surprise.
Yeah, really. I really give you.
So, how do you feel to be at the reunion this year?
Fantastic.
Yeah, Alright, so our first question is, what surprises you most about life continually? Like what thing continues to surprise you?
The unexpected. The unexpected in the sense that I do have my faith, which is important to me, so I believe in trusting in the Lord to get what I ask, He will give me, and it's only through His graces that I receive it. But I think the watching the miracle of everybody's lives and enjoying it.
Never gets old, huh?
Never gets old.
What was the biggest challenge for you bringing up 8 kids?
The biggest challenge would be making sure you all stayed healthy, and that I would be able to create a very positive, close family. And in the sense that I wanted everybody to do well. I really wanted to be sure each one of you were individuals, and being a twin, it was so close for me that I wanted the opposite to happen. I wanted each person to be their own, have their own identity, and to be able to pursue their dreams, and to know that there were no failures. And if you did fail, it was okay to fail as a result of having a learning experience from it. And nobody had to be perfect, and to be loving and accepting. And I pray all the time that we stay very harmonious with each other, and no matter what goes on, to accept each other.
Speaking of harmonious, at the last reunion at Jim's house, we had a family meeting. The 8 immediate children, or whoever was there of us 8. And
Mary was the only one that...
Yeah. And we came up with a rule that we would like to impose on everybody who, well, we'd like you all to kind of buy into it if you're interested. And it would be so this would extend out beyond our immediate 8, right? But for all our reunions, the rule is no insults. And if you insult somebody, you have to, what do we say, 5?
Mm-hmm.
You have to provide 5 compliments to the person that you insult. And so if you catch anybody with an insult, you can say 5 nice things. That's your code word, 5 nice things, and they'll know to provide 5 nice compliments. So does everybody like that, or does anybody disagree with that? Okay. Just to keep a really positive culture in our family. Next question. What are your plans for your future?
Enjoying my family, number one. Just using the memories of today and this weekend and past memories, and looking forward to more reunions together, and constantly remembering to thank God if I'm feeling down and out, to change it and turn it around, and think of all the blessings that I have, and to say thank you, God, for the gifts you've given me and the family. And I enjoy quiet and peace and my handwork. I pray that I can walk and talk and get all the things, my goals accomplished, my yard work, and to stay in super good health so I can do those things.
Right.
First in the morning I do prayers, a little bit of exercise. I used to put food last, and I can't do that because it made me not eat properly. So I'm taking protein and I'm eating better, and I gained a lot more energy as a result. So I have to learn to put myself first, and I would always put everything else first and then me last, and I have to turn that around. And I remember this one lady in an Al-Anon meeting, I forget her name, maybe some of you remember her. She had 7 kids, and she said every time there was a birthday party, she would cut the pieces, and if there was a piece left for herself, she would eat it. She takes the first piece now and makes 7 other pieces.
What are your top parenting tips?
Oh. Be gentle and loving and kind. Accept the person you're with as the child you're bringing up. And to remember that from the day they are born, you start your parenting. A little tiny infant is super, super intuitive and knows how to manipulate and control mommy and daddy. And I realize how important it is to do that child or baby a favor by giving them the security of proper parenting, and in that they don't have to wonder what to do, but they have the structure of the parents helping them to grow into adulthood. Boundaries, yeah, big time.
How do you compare living in California with Arizona?
I miss the ocean and the water scene and the beautiful areas of southern and northern California so much. But I remember telling Catherine one time when she was trying to decide whether to move, and we had moved so many times that I remember saying, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of another. No matter where you live, there's always going to be some part of it you might not like and some part that you do like. So you kind of decide with acceptance what is in your head, where do you want to live. And I think I do love Arizona for the dryness, the inexpensive way of living there with housing. The people are very, very different. When I lived in New York, I felt that was much more family-oriented. The adventures of California were wonderful. And I think God has placed me where I can feel very secure, because thanks to Paul, who helped me with real estate, that I can live comfortably now as a result of him getting me into some real estate deals, that I can sit home and go to bed without worrying about where the next dollar is coming from. So I have now I sold, I think we had 6 places at one time, and then now I was down to 3, now I'm down to 2. I just sold one recently, but to a young couple, and they're struggling. I'm hoping for the 5-year plan that they come through and can afford that little place. And then I'm selling another place next spring, and then I'm out of the real estate business, and I'm really looking forward to paying my mortgage off. But it's so comfortable for me now. I can go to bed and not worry about my finances, and that I'm just so grateful that working 2 jobs for many, many years has paid off. And even though I don't have a college education, it doesn't always, it has helped me to know how to take better care of myself with the turkey and feathers years that we went through, to know that money is important to me, and that I need to, I'd like to be more generous with my family financially, but I also have put a big priority on not becoming a burden to anyone. That means I have to take care of my own finances, and I wish I could give you all more financially, but to me this is my gold. My gold, my treasure is right here.
There you go.
What was the most important moment in your life?
The most? With each baby that was born, so that was 8 times over. Having a new child in my life, a new baby, it was overwhelming joy each time.
What accomplishment are you most proud of?
Raising children. out of all the jobs I've had, home care, secretarial, helping grandpa, so many different jobs I've had. I was proud of being a secretary to a congressman, and I'm proud to have gone through a leadership program in Prescott, but and taking care of the elderly at a nursing home. But my most golden years was the time I raised the children.
What childhood memory are you most fond of?
Being with my two uncles, my two bachelor uncles, Uncle John and Uncle Tom, they both lived with my parents, and they gave me some beautiful memories. I really enjoyed being with them. I came from both sides of my family were very large. We're talking 9 and 11 kids in my parents' families, and fantastic family reunions. 200 relatives on my father's side would show up every year at Lake Ronkonkoma, and it was just weddings and funerals. It was just marvelous living in a large family.
Speaking of your heritage, what do you find from your heritage is the most influential in your life?
Learning to listen to both my grandparents speak their foreign language. My grandfather was German and my grandmother was Lithuanian, and I loved going to their houses where they spoke their language, even though I never learned it. My parents did not want us to learn their parents' language because you had to be a United States citizen and only know English, which I really begged them to teach me German and Lithuanian. And the only thing I can remember is Ashta Norda Valgi, which means I don't want to eat, as a kid. That was the only thing that stuck in my head. But when I worked at the Samaritan, there was a German lady who was trying to teach me German, and I just learned a little bit. But it was like, I wish I learned Spanish, so I could get better jobs in Southern California and Rosalina. If you were with me every other weekend or every weekend 24/7, I could learn from Rosalina. She was wonderful. And I missed really golden opportunities for very good paying jobs because I didn't know Spanish, and I always wanted to know Spanish. But I always wanted to know any Spanish, any language, whether it was German, Lithuanian, French, or Spanish. I just wanted to know one more thing, and I was too lazy about really pursuing it.
What is your favorite vacation memory?
It's our reunion. Our family reunions are my favorite vacation memories.
What is your favorite word?
Thank you, God.
What is your least favorite word?
Go away.
Or moist.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Having time to meditate and pray, and go to Bible study where I learn more about the Bible.
What turns you off?
I remember I hated going out at night to any kind of a meeting, whether it was school or AA or Al-Anon with Dad. I just don't like going out at night to meetings. Never did.
What's your, this is part of a set of 10 standard questions. We'll keep it PG. What is your favorite curse word? Sugar.
Sugar.
Yes, that's it. I'm working on that one. Thank you. God help me.
What sound or noise do you love?
I love music. It calms me. And soft, soothing music.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Dogs barking.
Dogs barking, Jeannie. Yeah, my neighborhood is full of, everybody's got 2 to 4 dogs on each piece of property. And out my back window, there's about 6 dogs. And in the summertime, when I want to keep my windows open, the dogs really wake me up in the morning. That would be the only one, but I have that under control a little bit. So it's only for the sake of any noise that would wake me up, really. You know, I want to sleep. Don't wake me up. If you are blasting a radio, there is a guy that plays the drums next door, and sometimes he plays them late at night. So it's any noise that would keep me from sleeping.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I would have being an athletic teacher in the gym to teach women how to stay in shape.
What profession would you not like to do?
Sit at a desk all day, which I did as a secretary, and I begged my mother, let me go to college and be an athletic teacher. No, you're just going to get married and have a bunch of kids. She was right. And then she said, I want you to be a secretary because you'll always be able to get a job. And at 14, I had to make that decision, and I did go to, in our high school, we had all these programs, and commercial was to be a secretary. And then I went to business school a little while, and I never regretted working with people as a secretary, but I didn't like the sitting all day. That was the only thing. I liked to be more active. But I did learn a lot. And my mother was right. She said, you will always be able to get a job in an office, no matter whether it's good times or bad times. And that she was totally right about. My mother was full of wisdom. And she never even got out of high school. And she really taught me a lot of things about life.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear? When you go to heaven, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Welcome. I love you.
Thanks.